Grand Day Soul Siblings. It's Shay Seeking, and welcome back. I think I just got a lot on my mind today. I'm sitting out here in the woods on a log thinking. And, you know, I feel like we all here, we have some kind of purpose or some kind of mission or something that we are here to do. I feel like as long as you're not harming nobody and you doing the best you can at what you can do, and you're sharing it with the people, maybe sometimes you have to do it for income, maybe sometimes you're not. Sometimes people are forced to do things, for tips and income because that's the way of living. Sometimes people overcharge for shit. Sometimes people, don't charge much. But it's just like, I feel like, a lot of people want to talk about charity and things, and this about to sound ugly. This about to sound ugly. But it's so true. It's like, how long have people been now? Okay, so we just getting on this journey. I can say it's been a powerful impact from what I have seen. We have plenty of people that have come and laid down work over time. But when you look at it, it's the new information that we bringing forth now that's actually really activating people and getting them going. They've laid down that information, a lot of that, again, I pay nothing but tribute and homage to those people that came, whoever it was that laid down any type of information pertaining to us and our story, because a lot of that, has helped us unlock a lot of doors, I think, right now. I think that's what they were here to do, is lay that shit down, right? And I feel like that was like a charity or something. Maybe they did it for fun, so maybe they didn't, but I feel like that was a form of charity. I feel like knowledge is a very charitable fucking thing to be shared. You know what I'm saying? And if anyone is only just opening up their mouth to give that to you, that's the part of their life that they choose to share with you. Everybody is not going to be a missionary. Everybody is not about to be getting up and going out. And listen, I'm not saying this in no kind of way, but the fact that it's not nothing against the people or the community, but really when it comes to charity, what does it do? What does it do to build? What does it do to most of the time when you're doing charity is from people that ain't ready for it, don't really want it, don't really appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that we shouldn't be helping people out when we can. You run into somebody, they need something, you run into a situation where somebody needs something and you offer it or you give, right? But how many people have come even in the past and come to neighborhoods and tried to do certain things within those neighborhoods with charitable events or feeding people and things like that? What does it really do? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm just saying if we want to go back to the root of things, if we want to go back to the basics, you can't change nothing with charity without changing a motherfucker's mind. Without changing somebody's mindset, or you're going to run yourself to death. You see what I'm saying? And it's not even to say it because whoever's doing whatever they want to do with their time is totally what the hell they want to do, and that's their business. But you can't expect everybody. You can't expect I think that a lot of people run themselves to the grave early, trying to be out there doing some of these charitable events that don't benefit. They don't have no substance. You know what I'm saying? They don't have no substance. So really, what is it for at the end of the day? So you can say and show what you did and what you did. But again, what can you really say has really changed wholeheartedly in the community? What kind of structure, infrastructure, what kind of roots? I mean, what kind of stability or growth is coming from that? And I'm not saying that nobody shouldn't be out there doing that. I'm just saying everybody ain't gonna do that. Everybody is not gonna want to do that. Again, and it sounds so horrible, right? Like, oh, you don't want to be around the people, you don't want to do, and again, a lot of people do have a lot of people are empaths, and they just, it's a form of suffering when they're around people and situations for a very long time, right? Where they can't take that type of energy for a long time. And I don't think there is nothing wrong with anybody that can't take that to work hard, do what they have to do to move themselves out of that situation. Nobody should have to stay in. It's all about your energy. It's all about your atmosphere. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with the people. Some of the people in these neighborhoods are the most beautiful people on earth. You know what I'm saying? So it's not about that. It's not like, ew, I don't want to go here. Or I don't want to be involved with that. A lot of times when you go back to those type of neighborhoods, people don't want you there. You know what I'm saying? Once you have pulled away from certain energy, I'm not even talking about the people, right? Or an atmosphere, because it makes you feel so. Why should I? You see what I'm saying? And that's what I don't get about people that complain about people that move out of the neighborhood. I mean, what the hell? It's just me. It's just me. I'm gonna come back to visit, and even when you come back to visit, everybody got something to say. So again, some of us is built for other things. Some of us are built to challenge the mind. That's going to be way more important than going out there and giving somebody a hot dog on the side of the road, because it's a changing of a mindset. It's showing somebody another way that they can do it, and then it sparks something in them one day that they can maybe do it too. So again, it's nice and it's cool and everything to brag about who did this and who did that for whoever, but a lot of that stuff is just wasteful energy. It's wasted time, wasted energy in my eyes. And this is going to sound very harsh. Now, anybody that's appreciative, or you see growth in somebody, but just to be out there just throwing your energy and your time and your money and your funds and things to people that you don't see any potential in something else happening with them in their mind to change their ways. Not to say that anybody that's not changing their ways deserve to be treated any kind of way and not be able to get some type of charity or some kind of funding. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, everybody gonna be different. And that's just the way I see it. I'd rather spend my time speaking on things that are going to open up the minds and expand the minds of people that are actually, even if it's not me, that's actually going to go out there and might have the resources or the time or the mindset to do those particular things. So I should just not, speak about things that could be changed because I'm not the one doing it. What kind of sense that make? What kind of sense that make? At the end of the day, the information that some of us that just do research have put out is the information that a lot of people have used, or the same type of information or the same direction that people are using to get us out of the situation now. So to now turn and hate on that information, since people think that they got to a certain level, and turn even on the people that are offering that information, that just might be my damn purpose. That might be the journey that I'm on. You see? Telling my story might be the journey that I'm on to show people something that they may not realize is going on and spark something in them to open up their mouth, and they may even be able to do it better than me. See? It's the age of information, yes. An age of action, okay. But there has to be some type of balance. Everybody is not going to be a warrior that goes out in the field and fight the fucking war. It's going to have to be some people that stay home. It's going to have to be some people that stay in the village. It's going to have to be some people that tend to the children. It's going to have to be these particular types of things. So again, I don't get how people, again, got so much bark and bite and want to talk about what everybody else is doing. Do what you do. I'll applaud you on that. I'll applaud you on that. But I'm going to do what I'm going to do. At the end of the day. And I refuse. It's almost like even how me trying to figure out something that I need to do right now when it comes to business ideas. And I was talking to my daughter about it, my 10-year-old. And she's like, yeah, you should do this way, that way, or whatever. And she has some really good ideas or whatever, because I listen to the children, I do. She be talking a lot sometimes, but, I still listen. When she has something to say, I'm taking it in. So I was telling her the difference between just like income, because she said you should do this, and that. And I said, well, yeah, that would take a lot of time, take time away from me doing these other things. And I need to create 3 different platforms or 3 different things where I can, create some type of passive. You want to work on passive income, especially in this day and age, where you can do something, formulate it, and then it can be making you money, in your sleep or whatever, or when you're not really working, or you don't have to work that hard, Because I think somebody was questioning me about daycare, doing daycare again, and I was like, nah, it's too much. You know what I'm saying? For me, at this point in my life, it's too much. Because you have to keep your eyes on the children all day. That's 8 hours. You know what I'm saying? So I'd rather do something else where, I don't have to have my body there working so much, and then have other things that I have to do in the world and with the family. You know what I'm saying? And I can't do those things because I'm tied down. My mental don't work like that. I'm like a creative mind, and I can't do that. So yeah, I was talking to her about passive income and how you create something that can be making money, and it's just sitting there, and you put it together, and that's just it. And then you tend to it and make sure you water it and things like that. But I don't even know why we went off on that subject or whatever, but it's little things like that I don't realize that I do. Once I leave here, I do. I might have had my times with my teens or with my teenagers or whatever, but now that they're going all out into the world and doing their own thing, I'm proud. You know what I'm saying? They may not be perfect, but they doing their damn thing for right now. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just gonna be there to help, keep being their cheerleader, and help guide them in a sense. You know what I'm saying? And so as long as that, I don't know. I just see that as progress, as a product of being an at-home mom. You know what I'm saying, and raising them, and still helping them. I still got to hold their hand. You still got to be holding their hand as they walking out the door, and while they and once they leave, to help guide them and just be there for them and reassure them, but not baby them at the same time. So. I feel like there's other ways. All I'm saying is I feel like there's other ways to nourish a community. And I think that the spread of information, knowledge, and the and spiritual information, historical information, all these things like this are helping us. Everybody's not going to do the same thing. We got to stop knocking each other for what it's not everybody's purpose. Some people don't like dealing with people's energy. Some people they're not really good with communicating, or, and we should not make these people feel, again, any kind of way. There's enough people to do what you were placed here to do, and continue to work on your purpose the way that you want, and everybody else do the same thing. That's how I feel. Nobody should feel ashamed. Again, 90% of the time when you're just going out there randomly giving, you're doing it for no reason. The seeds are not going to take root, and nothing is going to grow. So again, that's why I feel like it's very important to start with the soul, the mind. I mean, that's just how I see it. So again, I don't know. I just wanted to say that because it's just like, goodness. I mean, is this we're going to talk about every single day? We're going to talk about this every single day because, again, someone gave you some type of information that, you know what I'm saying, even if you've been doing it for a long time, somebody inspired you to want to do that. And that's a part of your purpose. And that's a beautiful fucking thing. But at the end of the day, everybody is not going to be the same way. And that doesn't mean that they don't care about their people. It doesn't mean they don't care about their community. Hell, even when it comes to awakening and these things with the prick, okay? Some people is going to be drawn away from family members now because they have it. Some people, because they get that prick. Some people are going to be drawn away from family because they don't get the prick. You know what I'm saying? But that don't mean that you don't stop going around and trying to spread information to those who want it, who are interested in it, and you are good at doing it when it comes to the information or whatever. Because I forgot where I was at. So yeah, like I said, when it comes to family, I've learned a lesson that, sometimes you could be, I would feel with my family, we may not talk all the time, but when I do see you, we're going to talk for hours. We're going to laugh for hours or whatever. And for me, I know that people go through stuff, and that's just the way it can be. And so I don't hold no grudge. There's no shade, nothing like that. When I see you again, I see you again, and that's just it. I mean, it was a beautiful thing when we was growing up back in the 80s and stuff, and we was all at cousin's house and everything like that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But then a lot of that was damaging And I'm not saying particularly for anybody's family in general. I'm just saying a lot of that was the reason why some people ended up staying stagnant. You know what I'm saying? By just staying around just family and not moving around and seeing different environments and different places, and, seeing the way different families and stuff operate. So, I just think there's always the good and the bad. There's always the good and the bad, this side and that side. And that's just all it is. So I'm just saying, let people be. Let people be who they gonna be. As long as they not harming nobody and they trying to do something that's positive or gonna bring some kind of change, let them be. Maybe one day they will do that. Maybe one day they won't. One day they may feel like I feel. Somebody might feel like you feel. But it's okay. It's all right. You know what I'm saying? So, anyhow, I think I said everything I wanted to say. The one thing I did decide is I refuse to keep putting my time into something wholeheartedly. I don't give a damn who people or what it got to do with that is not going to give some type of return. So if all it is me running my mouth, that's what it's going to be. If I see somebody in need and I know somebody is in need, I've always been someone to help or give clothes or something like that I don't need anymore, or money or whatever. So, I just think that sometimes we go a little bit too far with that, and we don't realize that, even when it comes to, I won't say that it's charity, but even when it comes to government programs and funding for people, if they're not going to if they're not going to fund you and give you some kind of information or entrepreneurship or something else that you can do or whatever like that to help build up people so they can stand on their own at one point in time, a timeline, like you get some kind of funding for a certain amount of years or whatever, then it's built to keep you stagnant. Same thing I learned at being, in a situation where, being an at-home mom. At some point in time, that shit can end and you're going to be stagnant. You know what I'm saying? So it's more of a downfall or a crutch for the people. And it may promote behaviors where there's no growth. It will. It ain't may. It does. It does. So that's why people end up staying on things like that for generations and generations. And I'm not saying nothing about them people personally, but if we don't say that might be a problem, then that may be making this, causing us to not indulge in generational wealth, then it should be said. Maybe somebody don't realize it, or nobody told them this like this. Maybe everybody around them told them, yeah, girl, get that. Stay on that. Make sure you do this so you can keep that. You know what I'm saying? And again, this is what I'm saying. It's going against the grain. Not to try to be a people pleaser, but going against the grain and saying what it is. What it is. When we talk about religion, same thing. It was about the mind. It was about these subtle things that they were doing when they were moving in. Even the heart. See? Certain contracts and things like that. The women falling in love. You know what I'm saying? It was shit like that. That's what ended up bringing the downfall. It wasn't the actual words. And then they applied the pressure with religion. And then, way after that, they gave you the Bible. And then you finally started reading it. So again, until we realize that most of the stuff is about the way you think. The way you see things, the way you perceive things, your atmosphere, the energy in that atmosphere. Whether you choose to stay around or you don't. I don't think many of us are afraid to go back to our old neighborhoods. It's just like most of the time you feel like you're not even welcome there. So we got a problem with that. We got a problem with looking at people a certain way and then becoming, isolating them and then saying, hey, why you don't come around? You know what I'm saying? So I think that's all I wanted to say. I'm going to let y'all go. It's getting cold out here. I ain't even know. I should have brought some damn gloves or something. So yeah, that's it. I'll see you guys soon. Take care. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe, and join us in the Facebook group American Aborigines Unchained for more information, past, present, and future, from not just me, but others. Take care.